La 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 la.
We're live? Welcome to the 504 podcast. I'm your host, Darwin J, with your co-host, Christian Ortiz, and with the superstar, Jenny with an I. Make some noise, make some noise, make some noise, make some noise.
What that does, don't touch that. Anyways.
I don't remember what none of them do.
Yeah, it comes up later in post, but I'll fix it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a noise, like that noise.
Yeah, but yeah.
I don't know if y'all seen that superstar. She was on Kill Tony.
Oh, stop.
She went to Austin, Texas.
I went to Austin. It was great. It was amazing. I had a tremendous time.
Did you feel like it was a completion moment? Did you feel like...
So this is wild. Okay. So I think last time we talked about it the last time, but I couldn't officially announce it yet because I guess I could have. I don't know. I know they were like really weird about like, oh, don't tell anything about the episode until the episode comes out. So I was like, very quiet, secretive about it. But this is weird. I was just looking at this today and I was like, whoa, this is wild.
Yeah, you're being extra about it. Like last week, she was like, oh, I went to Texas. I'm like, oh, how was that? She's like, I can't talk about it. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I have this album on my phone called Law of Attraction. And on it, I actually have Comedy Mothership on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the next one, it has the Kill Tony logo.
Yeah.
So I had added this video. This was in February 23rd. I manifested this shit.
Oh, wow.
February 23rd, to be exact. And I knew I was going to go to Austin, and I was like indecisive whether or not I wanted to, like, I don't know, sign up. And people were like, just do it. Like, just whatever. Like, you never know what's going to happen. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. But I might go up, so I don't know. And then leading up to the night before, I was at Rainy Street. And they have, like, all these little mini houses. And a live band was playing. And I was like, okay, I like this music. The vibe is cool. They're playing, like, reggae. And I was like, all right, I'll walk into this bar. And right when I walked in, I recognized the band. It was the Kill Tony band. And I was like, Papa Dios? Like, what is this? Like, is this a sign? Like, are you trying to tell me something? I'm like, nah, I'm looking way too much into this.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day was Monday.
Yeah.
And that day I just sight saw the whole day. And then I went back to the hotel. And I remember leaving the hotel. I had like 10 minutes to get to the mothership for the open mic signups.
Mm-hmm.
And right after was the Kill Tony signup. So I wanted to get there for both. And I'm like, fuck, Uber keeps canceling my request. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm supposed to get there. And I'm like, ah. So they had the little Lime scooters. So me and my boyfriend ended up just like getting one of the Lime scooters, and we ended up like scooting our way all the way up to the mothership. And I'm like trying not to die, like going in between traffic and trying to memorize my shit too. It was fucking wild, but I got there.
Congratulations, though. This is like, it's a big accomplishment. It's a dream. I was trying to clap. I was trying to put my mic down and clap the whole time. And I'm like, where do I put it? I was like in between my chest.
My boobies.
Yeah. But no, congratulations.
Thanks.
It's a real, it's not often you like come full circle on like something you wanted to do.
Yeah, I've been a fan for a while. I don't know. It was like a goal of mine, but it wasn't something that I really thought like, because I know you went and you signed up.
Didn't get it.
I didn't want to get on every time I went.
You didn't want to get
But
it.
you did sign up?
I signed up, but every time I was like, my stomach was like churning. I didn't want to get on because it's like, I'm going to feel fake. I can't say I'm a fan of this show. I don't know anyone on the panel. I don't know anything about Tony. I don't know one Tony Hinchcliffe joke.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Fair
don't
enough.
either, but
It's still Kill Tony. I mean, how many like Johnny Carson jokes do you know?
yeah.
But you still want to get on Johnny Carson.
But I think you would watch Johnny Carson back in the day. That was like the only thing comedians were really doing. And also, I never like, the only episode I watched was prior to getting there was the Kam Patterson episode because
he's from Orlando.
He's from Orlando, and the Ike Rafferty episodes because he's from Orlando. Rafferty was actually went on Kill Tony before Cam did, and he did 2 great sets, and he got put on 2 shows because he did really good. And then when Cam went on, it was like watching a basketball game. Like, it was not like how there's like anytime you see like a basketball team watch another basketball team, that's what it felt like. It felt like someone like completed their dream, and it was like, oh man, this is crazy. It was insane because like everyone on Instagram is just like shouting out Cam. You know, his thing went viral, you know, so his thing was crazy.
That was wild. Yeah, I remember watching that, and I didn't know who Cam was because that was before I got into comedy. And I remember seeing Cam, and I remember him repping Orlando, and I'm like, yeah, that's an Orlando guy. I'm like, that's what's up. And like seeing how he went from getting pulled back to back and becoming a regular the second time he went on. It was pretty fucking wild. I'm like, damn, that for us, and I feel like for a lot of comedians, that was almost inspiration. Like, he kind of ignited and put a little spark in Orlando, because Orlando wasn't like a place where people were actually looking like, oh, comedy's there, you know?
Yeah.
They think, oh, Disney World and the Wizard and all fucking Shamu or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're not thinking comedy. Now when people think Orlando, you got Kam Patterson, now I guess David Jolly and all them, and like whoever else. I mean,
Orlando actually has like some names. Do you guys ever watch American Got Talent?
Yeah.
No.
Preacher Lawson's from Orlando, and he made it.
Yeah.
And Preacher Lawson is the first person I've seen be a star and be recognized everywhere, and do an open mic and make it feel like people paid to be here. Like, most times when you see like a person that's made it and they do open mic, is like, oh, it's still an open mic. But he was the first person I seen that like doing open mics. Like, oh, I feel like I just paid to get like to see this. Yeah. This is amazing.
Got a free show type shit.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. Like, the energy, the aura was different, and he was wearing like, this is probably not important. He was wearing like a $30,000 watch, and
Rolex.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't want to say I read it, but yeah. And then he did Shit Sandwich. He was at Shit Sandwich, and never mind. I'm not gonna brag about myself. All right, let me.
You're not gonna brag about Preacher Lawson, like,
I mean,
no,
he was just so handsome and tall. He had a nice watch.
Well, something that happened too was, it was like, I don't know how long I was into comedy, but I did a set in front of him, and he was like, how long you been in comedy? And he was like, hey man, if you ever need anything, just let me know. And you think that's just formalities, so I never hit him up or anything, but it was like, it meant so much of a person his stature, like, you know, seeing my set. And I didn't ask him to, because if I would have asked, I'm not the confident person to be like, hey, can you watch my set? Because I feel like that would just put pressure on me, and it's like, you really made me waste 5 minutes of my time to watch you talk about whatever you talked about.
But yeah.
That's amazing for you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you.
So yeah, but speaking of validation, you went and did stand up in front of Tony and all those cats. Like, what would it feel like to be in the moment?
So realistically, I was obviously the last bucket pull. If you watched, I haven't eaten anything for like 12 hours. At this point, it's like almost 11 o'clock at night. I'm not giving any excuses, okay? But I was tired. I was yawning. I didn't really drink anything because I was like, I'm not trying to go running up and down the stairs to go to the bathroom. I was my row. So we bought tickets to actually watch the show. So I was on the inside. And my seat, since we got there early, it's first come, first serve. So our seats were literally right in front of Tony and Red Band. So I'm like breathing in all their secondhand smoke. Like, I can see them. Like, when Adam Ray was playing Jeremy and he was spitting, like, I'm watching the spit flying to the girl in front of him. So I got like really, really close up seats. And, you know, at first I was a little anxious, and then I'm like, you know what, let me just relax. You know, chances of me going up, it's, you know, there's like 200 people that sign up, you know, they're picking 6 names out of the 200, you know, there's a slim chance. And then literally the end of, he's like, oh, one last bucket pull. And I noticed something was weird because he handed it to the guy that runs out the back door to Poor Choices. And the guy runs back, giving him the name back. And then you see Tony looking at the name, and he's like, oh, it's someone from the like, he didn't even say from someone from the inside. He just starts reading my name. He's like, oh, I like this name. This is Jenny with an I. And I'm like,
I think he said someone from the inside. He said, right.
But he said it after. So
okay.
He calls my name like 2 times, and then he realizes it. He's like, wait, it's someone from the inside because no one's coming through the back yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm like, holy shit, that's me. And I'm like,
Wait, so you don't know until right then and there
I
until
didn't
Tony says it?
know.
You don't get
Yeah.
like a heads up?
No.
Wow.
So that's the thing is if you're in the bar
Yeah.
on the other side, they have someone running out there calling your name. So at least you kind of get some sense. But like me, it was like instantly.
No,
right?
it's still like a rush because I remember when Billy Swift got called up. So you're like in a room full of like just a bunch of comics. You're in a room full of a bunch of comics and everyone's just kind of waiting for the name to be drawn up. You're doing nothing. Well, most people are kind of like dancing, like feeling the music. But for the most part, if you're thinking about your set, you're doing nothing. You're just there thinking about your set, looking at people. And me, I'm feeling like an imposter. I'll just be there like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Serial killer.
I felt like an imposter. I didn't feel like a serial killer. I felt like I didn't belong there because I was like, these people probably watch Kill Tony all the time.
Fans.
Yeah, real fans. And I'm over here like, damn, hopefully I don't get called because I probably don't deserve this. But it's really a surreal moment because I remember when Billy got called and it's like, you know that Mr. Crab meme where he's like looking
Were
everywhere.
you there when he got
Yeah,
called? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and you
remember
you
that.
literally, I don't know why they walk so fast, but they walk so fast like they're supposed to be on stage that minute. They walk really fast, and then
Well, they have to run over to the other side, so they're almost like it's a rush, but at least you're still kind of processing it. Like when my name was called, I'm right, like right in front of the stage, so I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
that's me. I'm like, shit. So I'm like running behind the stage. The producers were like, go, 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 go. And I'm like, all right, here we go. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to grab the mic and start. Because the moment I grab the mic, that's when my minute starts.
I'm also imagining everybody here is a Kill Tony fan. So Kill Tony is a show.
All two people watching this shit. Yeah. Kill Tony.
No,
Do we have to explain Kill
Sure,
Tony?
they know about it.
Anyways, Kill Tony
No.
is basically the biggest open mic in the world. It's like streamed out of
It's-
Texas Comedy Club.
They label it as the world's #1 live podcast in the world. That's the name of it. Like, that's how they go by it. #1 world's live podcast in the world. It's filming live at the moment, but it doesn't air for like 2-3 weeks after.
yeah.
It's pretty much American Idol for comics with like lesser talent.
Pretty.
American Idol for comedy. That's a good way of putting it. But yeah, so when you go to Austin, Texas, you're going like maybe I'll get in Kill Tony, but do you have any expectation that you're actually gonna go?
I had the expectations because a part of me was I'm gonna sign up, and then the other part of me was like doubting myself, like
Yeah.
I shouldn't. And obviously, you think, okay, there's a slim chance that I will go out, and then there's another part of you that's like, well, what if I do? You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, okay, shit, like I gotta kind of prepare some stuff, you know? So I selected my minute, and then I was like, all right, at least I got like a solid minute that I know it's exactly a minute. The interview stuff, I'm not gonna lie, like I was
Winging it.
starstruck and like
Yeah.
trying to breathe and keep my composure. Like I had a whole rap. I was gonna do my rap on stage.
I'm mad that
How
you
were you-
picked that up last minute.
I had so many things I wanted
I'm
to
glad.
do.
No, I'm glad.
I'm glad you didn't rap. Be
Yeah.
honest. Like, how are you
'Cause-
gonna rap? You're gonna rap like during the
I was
dialogue
gonna do
with
like
them.
a freestyle. Like when Tony was like, "Oh, Jenny,
Do you have
like
any
what do you like
hobbies?
to do for fun? Like what do you?"
I'll just
What-
start rapping.
I was like, I
What
like
do
to
I
go
like to do?
out and
What do you do?
I don't know. Like I could have said of so many different things.
You are an interesting character though, but I guess when you're like thinking about it, it's hard to think about something. Like when someone asks
Yeah.
you what's interesting about you, like, damn,
Yeah.
I'm not interesting at all.
Or yeah, or it's like that where your brain just freezes up. It's like that meme. It was like, oh, name a woman, and then your brain freezes. You're like, Obama. It's like, damn it.
It's like applesauce. I don't know. Fuck.
I get anxiety when I pick up the phone at work.
yeah.
I'm like room 808.
Dude, it's wild. And then the other thing is it's really hard to hear on stage. And I know because I don't know if it's like the microphone. So, they'll ask me a question and I have like hearing problems as it is. So like trying to hear the questions, like it wasn't like I was hearing them. So I was just like, yeah. Like that's just my response if I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. So then that's how the whole meow thing kind of happened. So I'm like, yeah. Like I had no idea. Me saying that's because I didn't know what they were saying. So I'm like, yeah. I didn't want to be like, huh.
Yeah, have a whole Migos Joe Budden situation.
You should have actually you should have opened up with I'm deaf. And then
and then I get fucking persecuted by all
you would have been persecuted.
deaf people, and then I get canceled, and I haven't even
But
started my
you know,
career.
if anything about comedy is you want to be canceled prior to your career going off. Think about Shane Gillis.
I mean, that's kind of only worked for Shane Gillis, but
I mean, but Shane Gillis was already amazing, and he was on SNL.
No, yeah,
he
Shane is
technically
amazing.
wasn't, but he got fired before getting on SNL, and that's why
He was hired as a writer. Yeah.
he was hired as a writer, and then he got fired like within the week long that SNL is. He got fired before the week ended.
He's fucking Shane Gillis. And
He is funny, yeah.
No, he's hilarious.
He's already built. He already kind of built somewhat of a fan base and a name for himself.
At that point, no. At that point, he started a podcast. But another thing is, you're like kind of apologizing. You're like, you went with a clean set. You did a clean set. Not many people do a clean set on Kill Tony.
Listen,
Many people
I did get laughs, so I was like, all right, check. I got my medium-sized joke book. You know what? Humble beginnings.
Oh, wow.
All right. Listen, it wasn't a big joke book, but at least I got one, okay?
It's only up from here. But no, I feel like you have better jokes. But I do like the fact that you did a clean set, because it's like many people go on Kill Tony just trying to say the most offensive thing or most provocative thing they could like possibly say.
My mentality was I could have done a lot of other jokes. I have jokes that I could have done that I know would have gotten a shock reaction. But I'm thinking in terms of, you know, what's something that's me that I can talk about myself that's me. So I was like, all right, I can talk about me being Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And that's identifying myself in my jokes, not just talking about random shit. You know, like I could have talked about anything, you know. But I will be going back to Austin. I already got tickets.
Oh, when you going?
November. So November 11th, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'm coming back like for vengeance.
For vengeance? Are you gonna do a dirty set this time, or?
I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna fucking flash my titties on set. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Imagine I would be the first kill.
Our fans would be so mad if you no.
Like, well, I've been listening to every episode.
Listen to every episode.
Then she goes on Kill Tony.
Then she goes on
Blur
Kill
them
Tony.
out or something. I don't know.
I don't do that,
But yeah, no.
Don't do it unless you're gonna do it here first. That's how I feel.
Right.
Actually, you'll get Christian in trouble.
I'll
Don't
kiss
get Christian in trouble.
Heidi.
Okay, the waitress lady.
Yeah.
Okay, what's it called? But that's what's
She's
up.
not from Austin, is she?
I don't know.
Because when I went to Austin, there was no good-looking women. Like, it was very few and far between.
I don't know. There were.
You see how she was trying to think about it?
I'm trying to think because I'm like, there wasn't like ugly women there. I didn't see like ugly women. No. I went to the strip club when I was there.
Okay, I didn't go to strip club. I should have went.
After.
I should've went to the strip club.
This was my first night there. Okay, so long story short, I have a long lost brother. I'm adopted, and I had a brother from my biological mom. He's my older brother. I met him when I was a baby, but I haven't seen him since. It's been like 20 something years.
You could have talked about that on the podcast, that you like saw your loss on Kill Tony.
I know. Now I
about
thought about it, but it's okay.
I came to see my long lost brother. I also do comedy. I signed up. I like, triple check.
Listen, okay.
How long were you in Texas for? You were there for what? A
I
couple
was
days?
only there for like 3-4 days or something.
3-4 days. You went
I
to
got
the
there
strip club.
Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday it was like nonstop. I went to Terry Black's. I met up my brother at Terry Black's. We ate barbecue, and then right after that they had a bat festival. So that day, if you go on top of the bridge, you wait till the sun goes down and all the bats fly away. But there's no fucking bats. So I was waiting. I'm like, where's the bats? The bats, come out, bats. And then I was afraid because I heard when the bats fly away, they'll shit on your head. So then I'm like, fuck, I don't want bat shit on me. So then
Bird shit's good luck, so bad shit.
I don't
must
know.
Be extra good luck.
bat shit, I don't know. That's
Bat shit crazy.
bat shit crazy for real. And then we ended up walking around 6th Street, and we kind of went bar hopping and trying to see what was there. And then I walked by the mothership, and I was like, oh. And what else? Then we got fucked up. That was cool. My brother, my biological half brother, He's like an incel, so he's like dorky, like complete opposite, like very introverted, bald,
Nice.
glasses, like, hasn't gotten his dick sucked in like 7 years.
Tall, short.
He's kind of like maybe like 5'5", like he's not tall.
Short.
Like he's
short.
he's like no, maybe
But
not.
he's also like in a weird part of America.
He's like 5'6".
To be fair to him, because if he was Puerto Rico, if he was Puerto Rican here in Kissimmee, he would probably get his dick sucked tomorrow. But because he grew up
in Texas, so he lives.
He grew up in Puerto Rico up until he was 18, and when he was 18, he moved out to Texas because he had an uncle. So he's been in he's 30. No, he's 41.
Oh,
Damn. Wait a minute. All right.
He's 41.
Was he also like adopted foster kid?
So no, he actually was the only one that was raised with our mom, and his dad got divorced with our mom. Or no, wait, actually they were never married, but his dad ended up getting custody of him.
Okay.
And he would see our mom during like the weekends and holidays and things like that. She has mental health issues and a lot of things that happen. It wasn't until he moved out of Puerto Rico is when she lost her shit, and she kind of went crazy and like schizophrenia and all this other bullshit. So like it's pretty much his fault.
I didn't want to laugh.
Why?
I'm trying my best not to be an asshole.
Why?
Because he's just
It's his fucking fault. I mean, whatever. I wanted to like see him and meet him, and it was kind of cool because I kind of killed a few birds with one stone. Like I got to be on Kill Tony, and I got to meet my long lost brother. And
Did
like,
he come to the show?
No, he didn't have tickets for the show.
Damn.
He wanted to go. He didn't really know about Kill Tony. I'm like,
I was
bro,
about to say.
he hasn't been to downtown Austin. He was like, man, I haven't been here forever. I used to come here all the time. And I'm like, when was the last time you were here? He's like, maybe like 10 years. Bro, you live like 15 minutes and you haven't been here? He's like, nah. And I'm like, all right.
I was about to say he's an
weirdo.
incel. He doesn't watch Kill Tony. Like, the fuck?
That's what I thought. I think he's going to be hooked on it now, especially. I told him about the show and he wanted to see me go on. And he congratulated me. And one of his incel friends were like, oh, I'm watching Kill Tony. And then he hit me up and he's like, oh, my friend's watching Kill Tony. Is that the episode you're on? And I'm like, no, I'll be on the other one.
Okay.
But
did he see you do stand up at all? Did you do any other shows besides Kill Tony?
I did not do any shows. I was gonna meet up with Chris Kuhn. Remember Chris Kuhn? Hey, shout out Chris. Overall,
Shout out Chris.
Oh, he went out there too?
Well, he lives out there now.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about going out there, Chris?
There was some comedians who were like low-key thinking about saving up and going on a trip out there, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. It's on my comedy bucket list. Like I low-key I don't have big comedy plans, but I'm like I'll do Kill Tony probably one day, and if I just become like a garbage man, like I'll have that clip and I'll show my grandkids. I'm like, what the fuck is this Kill Tony shit?
Exactly. I mean, honestly, I kind of look at it as one day if I have kids, I'll be like, look, this is when I said I didn't want to have kids, remember?
Yeah. but yeah, I'll do it one day, but I'm in no rush to do it now.
I know there's like a group of comedians, like I know Little Yang, the Chinita.
Yeah, why'd you call her Little Yang?
Little Yang, because she's little. I don't know.
Is that not like her Instagram name? Little Yang?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it is.
She went.
What's her name? Be like Christina or some shit.
I thought she was talking about someone else. She said Lil Yang. I'm like, she knows a rapper?
Her name is Yang.
Her name is Yang, but not Little Yang.
But I call her Little Yang because she's cute and little.
Okay. She asked me she was asking me about like feet, and then someone told her yes, and then she was like, I forgot what she said, and I told her I didn't like her feet, and she was like, why don't you like my feet? I'm like, they're not Asian enough.
What does that even mean?
Damn.
She's very Asian.
She's Chinese. She's as Asian as
yeah,
it
she's
gets.
as Asian as it get. But I was like trying to make a joke for her to write Cantonese letters on there or something.
Oh my god. No,
That'd be hot, wouldn't it? Cantonese letters
she
on
wants
feet.
to go. I know she's been wanting to move out there and go out there and stuff. But I was like, man, that'd be cool if we got like a group of people.
Yeah, they were planning on it. People have been planning on it forever. But there's a group of us out there already. There's already 100 Orlando comedians out there.
Yeah.
I think it's just oversaturated at the moment. And I work in sales, and one of my tours that I had today, he's a pilot for American Airlines. And me and my boyfriend had already gotten our tickets we had gotten our tickets from Orlando to Austin, and it was supposed to be a one way. And recently, Spirit decided to cancel the flights and change it from Orlando to Austin, and then from Austin to Georgia to Orlando. And I'm like, what? Why is there a layover in Georgia? That makes no sense. So I was asking this pilot, right? And he was like, yeah, well, all the airlines are now going to be changing their flights from Austin because after the pandemic, it was like a big boom where everybody, all these people from California and all around were traveling to Austin. And it became a huge spot. Right now, it's not as popping now. So now there's not as many one-way flights. They're losing money. So
I caught a one-way flight. Yeah. And I caught 2 one-way flights. I caught a one-way flight over there. And then I was like, oh, I hate Austin. And then I caught a one-way flight back.
What was it called?
Wait, so you were going to stay? You were just there for however long.
I was there for like a month.
I remember.
I was there for a month.
How'd you even stay? Did you already have an apartment, or you were just staying with
I paid a monthly. I paid him for a month. I was going to pay for 2 months, but yeah, it was like, oh man, I don't like the cold weather here.
What time were you were there during like what, March?
I don't remember, but it was cold.
Like April?
It was colder in Florida. It got like to 30, and 30 was like too cold for me.
Shit.
I do want to, part of my comedy bucket list is go to like different scenes. When I was in Austin, the funniest comics were all from Portland. And they said how hard it is to do comedy in Portland. So I was like, oh, I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to go to Portland. Denver and Atlanta are also on my list.
I want to go to Denver for sure. I love Denver.
Smoke some weed.
But no, Denver is just a cool city. And I don't know. I've had good times in Colorado and just the scenic, the views. And
yeah, that's why I want to go, because in New York, I felt like I couldn't breathe because I'm like,
the vibe is chill.
You're in a city in New York. New York was cool. Like New York, I think is a good 4-day spot. But in New York, I feel like you can't breathe because there's just so much city. There's no greenery.
I get like anxiety in New York.
Yeah.
There's just so many people. And
no, I don't care about the people. I like there being a lot of people.
I know, but like just walking and trying to figure, like my issue was trying to find the mics. Cause like I was using my Google Maps and I'm like trying to walk, and then it's like rainy, and then it'll stop, and then it's cold, and then it'll stop, and then it'll rain again. And then I'm like, where the fuck is this place? And I'm trying to find the stupid building. It was just a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I was
a lot of trying to find the trains and shit.
Yeah, I was running early in New York for a lot of places. But yeah, you're on your phone a lot. Your phone's about to die like pretty much all the time because of how much you're on it.
Fuck that shit.
You know, Christian is also a Kill Tony. Both of you guys are pretty much Kam Patterson babies, because as soon as Kam Patterson got on, you said that with pride. Yes. I got hurt.
I wasn't saying it with pride, but I was like, she's like when they record comedic history or whatever, and it's like the Texas boom or whatever, and you're Kam Patterson, and Kam Patterson's like the Eddie Murphy of Orlando comedy or whatever. It's like, yeah, I'm a Kam Patterson baby. Like,
yeah, you are Kam Patterson.
I mean,
both are Kam Patterson.
It's not even that like Kam Patterson's the greatest comedian. It's just like I was like, he's like a year older than me, so I was like seeing a jit from Orlando like make it. I'm like, damn.
Hey, don't call him a jit. We're gonna tag him on this.
You can.
Yeah, Kam, love you.
Free exposure.
Whatever, but free exposure. Anyways, but yeah, like I'm not saying it just sounds. I'm like Kam is great to me. I met him like once. I don't know him like that, but like, yeah, it's funny to see like a person from your hometown do some shit.
Yeah, when I saw him in Texas, he was like, "Man, who you calling to get in here?"
It's just exciting to see, someone that I didn't know him personally, but I know a lot of people who know him, and that to me makes me excited to know that.
It was actually weird when people were talking about him, like
I remember, because I've had the conversation. You're like, yeah, I know him. You're like, okay, Jenny, relax. Like,
no, it wasn't. I don't think I was like that, but but I do remember.
Kam Patterson's my guy. I don't fucking know Kam Patterson.
He's like, okay, so whatever. What about
me?
It was
you think,
what about me? I'm Darwin.
Yeah, Darwin does that. He's like, you think Kam Patterson has more clout than me? I'm like,
what? Yeah. I've never said that.
You'll talk about clout, and I'm like, bro,
He's like, I've been doing comedy longer than him.
No, we started at the same time. But either or.
I'm sorry.
Either or. Damn, these guys are making it seem like I think he's.
I remember when he wasn't shit, bro.
He's the biggest. Never. Nah, he's.
I remember when he was nobody, bro.
This is some bullshit.
I remember when he was doing.
I'm about to turn off my own equipment. Nah.
When he was doing comedy and slides, and he was a broke ass nigga.
Whoa. I remember when he didn't even like rocks. I put him on to rocks.
Exactly.
Actually, I remember him first talking about that.
Rocks.
He
was just talking to you about rocks.
So we were outside.
So that's a real thing.
We're outside. I think he's really clever. because we were outside, and this is before he went to Austin, and this is the first time he ever mentioned it. It was us and Jolly, and he was like throwing rocks at a stop sign, and he said, "I'll never get rid of these rocks." And he had like 3 rocks in his pocket that he like just carried on his person for some reason. And he was like, "Yeah." And then I just heard him talk about it, and to see him just talk about it like so casually, and then to see him bring it up on Kill Tony, it was like completely different energies. Like, oh wow. Another thing, my favorite episode is actually Jolly's episode, because I remember Jolly talking about Ari Shaffir, like seeing Ari Shaffir in New York, and I was like, oh, whatever, Jolly. Like, you just think of him like pretty much like how you guys think I'm sounding about the Cam shit. So he's like saying that he like knew Ari Shaffir and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, Jolly. And then he gets on Kill Tony and he goes, "I know you was here, you ugly motherfucker," to Ari Shaffir. And I thought that was so funny. I was like, oh, wow, because that's who Jolly is. That's who he really is. That's how he talks to people. And then for him to say that to someone like Ari Shaffir, who's been doing comedy for like ever.
Yeah.
Freaking comedy legend.
Yeah, and Ari Shaffir has a lot of comedy babies out here too. Like sometimes you'll see a comic set and you're like, oh, this guy's inspired by Ari. Yeah. Mark Norman has a lot of babies out here. Oh. Are you a Mark Norman comedy baby too?
I'm not a comedy baby. I did used to listen to the WTF podcast. I would listen for my favorite comedians to get interviewed by him, because it was basically like an hour-long bio. He would basically just do a bio, but like Mark Maron as a comedian, I don't really like fuck with.
This is a heavy comedy podcast.
I've seen him live in Tampa, Mark Norman, and he's just...
We're not talking about Mark Norman.
You're not?
No. We're talking about Mark Maron.
Mark Maron. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I heard Mark Norman.
I did say Mark Norman.
You said Mark Norman,
I said Mark Norman. You said Mark Maron.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But you probably thought about who you love. Yeah.
No. But yeah.
I do the same thing when like I want to talk about someone and they're in my head. I was like, yes. Talking about Jenny.
Anyways,
let's go back to me. I'm the real celebrity here. Okay.
Yeah, I knew Jenny on the podcast, bro. I used to edit her clips, bro. Lucky.
Yeah, bro.
If she ever blows up and you say that, someone's gonna think, I can't believe y'all said that.
Yeah,
I have no.
We have no clap, bro. That's what
I was actually talking about. I actually was hating a little bit. I was talking to Shay on the phone, and I was telling her about like one of my funnest. We love Shaylo. One of my funnest experience as a comedian. The reason I started doing comedy was because Dave Chappelle was doing a set at a show where it was just open micers, and you know how that is. But he's a celebrity, so it's like he's like not doing the best he could do, but he's doing amazing to me on this set he posted. Well, that got posted, and he's talking about like his favorite thing about comedy is the camaraderie. And for a long time when I started comedy, I was like, oh, this is whatever. Like, this is not what Dave Chappelle was talking about. And one day, we're all chilling at Copper Rocket, the worst open mic that there was in Orlando.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Copper Rocket.
I did my first and last set there. I would not miss you.
Yeah. The Copper Rocket.
So we were all chilling at Copper Rocket, and Copper Rocket used to be, when it was on Thursday, it was a cool hangout spot because we would all go because it was late at night. It was like at 11:30. And just a bunch of like, at that time, bigger comedians than us who were new at that time were there, and they were like just picking on Cam, and it was the funniest thing in the world just seeing like the interactions between Cam and these older comedians, and them like just not giving you stripes because you're who you are, and and this is before Cam went on Kill Tony. That was a year in.
Yeah, just to talk about Copper Rocket for a little bit, as shitty as Copper Rockets was, that was honestly like one of the funnest in my career of comedy, is just hanging out after Copper Rockets with you and fucking Sebastian and Zacky's Wacky and this one homeless guy.
Did I start the podcast when we did that?
I don't know if you started it, but I remember I think I like low-key made you laugh that day, and you're like, I think I'll put him on my podcast.
Zacky Wacky.
But yeah, we were all just hanging out talking shit, and there was like a random crackhead who was like, can I sit with y'all? And he sat with us, and he would just chime in every now and then, be like, yeah, I do porn every now and then.
What?
Oh, yeah. He was like, crazy. Those are the type of people that hang out at Copper Rocket, though. Yeah,
I'm like, I feel like to be a true open micer, you have to hang out with comedians and a random crazy person will sit with you.
That happens.
It happens a lot. And
we're all a little crazy. That's why I'm wearing my American Psycho shirt, because this is how I feel. I've been having a lot of mental breakdowns.
It's a good ass movie.
It's one of my favorite freaking. It's not even like a horror film. It's just like suspenseful, but like it's just mind fucking.
It's like a black comedy. The movie's funny.
It's amazing. Yeah, I love it.
All right, cool.
Technical difficulties.
If the file is corrupted, then this is just the start of it.
Damn.
And then we'll just redo the Jenny celebrations on some other episode.
Fuck.
If not, we were talking about
we said so much cool shit.
Hopefully it's still there. I don't.
It doesn't matter. Sit
not
down.
there. But let's just keep talking.
It doesn't matter. We're talking. Well, we'll just jump into a new conversation. People, how do you guys feel about people that just want to start? I know we just started a podcast. Like, we're like, how many episodes are we in?
This is 17, 18, something like that.
So we're like almost 20 episodes in, and then people say that most people don't get to episode 10.
Yeah.
So we came far along.
I mean, a lot of people came and go.
They come and go. The sheer perseverance. There's people out there with 1,000 episodes and never heard of him, but it's been fun.
Yeah.
Say the
Honestly,
very
it's
least.
like therapeutic, and it gets me out of the house and kind of takes me away from work and other shit, and just kind of
Yeah.
talk about current events and things that are going on or whatever the fuck, just bullshit.
I get to practice editing now. I'm so educated.
I hate being fake positive. All right. I'm a real positive person, but like when I have to be, when I'm forced to be fake positive, it's like, but
Like AIDS.
yeah, just like AIDS. What is it? But yeah, a lot of people like talk about how they're gonna start a podcast and they're gonna just do a podcast, and they don't realize that like it goes. There's a lot into this. Like you said, people have came and went. And but you hear all the time people just starting a podcast. This is not the easiest thing. Like especially if you're struggling. If you're struggling, you're gonna struggle even more because it's like, oh, now I have to put something in my schedule, not to prioritize something that like I didn't have to prioritize before.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like going to church every Sunday, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that. That's what comedy is for me, even though I go to comedy every day. But when I was going to church, actually, I was trying to go to church as much as possible.
Yeah.
You one of those Wednesday church goers, Darwin? Nerd.
I used to.
You used to go to church on
I used
Wednesdays?
to go like almost.
You said nerd.
That's why like doing something for like an hour out of the week, it
Mhm.
doesn't kill me because I'm used to having that ritual or that religious thing of doing something consistently. So taking a time like an hour and a half out of once a week, it's, you know, even though there's some days where it's like, oh, I might be out of town or like, you know, I might have something going on that day. But other than that, like it's not a problem with me.
Church will make me feel good.
This is my church.
This doesn't make me feel like church. It's a different feeling for me. Like I don't feel dirty after this. But
You need to wash your pussy a few times.
What was it called?
But church will make me feel good. I used to work under the table when I was like 16, and I would go to church Sundays.
He was a drug mule.
Sundays and Wednesdays. I would go to church Sundays and Wednesdays, and my boss that like I worked under the table for, I would go to her church on Thursdays,
Mm-hmm.
Thursdays and Fridays. So I would go to church like all week long, and it was a good feeling. But it is a different feeling. I actually had a church question for you too, and I forgot what it was. But this was a long time ago.
Okay. I don't know. I hate church. I don't hate it. I hate it, I guess. I don't know. I was a kid when I used to go, and I just thought it was boring or whatever. And then my parents got divorced. So I was like, we don't got to go back. I'm like, yes. But I don't know. I don't really have big opinions on church. I wouldn't compare doing this to church just because I hated church and I like doing this. But
Yeah. Well, it's different. I meant like, this is my church. So like, you know,
that's your-
some
it's
people
your one
go to
thing a
church.
week.
Yeah. Like, you know, how some people go to church to find God or find, you know, some words of inspiration or to just kind of be filled with something, you know, like I come here to talk to you guys, talk shit,
Confess.
you know, confess my feelings out to the world, my daily routine, my therapeutic sessions.
Do you actually have a therapist?
No, but I need one.
Do you have a therapist? I feel like you don't believe in therapy. You don't believe in therapy.
He's like an
He's too
alpha
strong.
dog,
Yeah, he's too
man.
strong for that.
He's like, yeah, I'm a real man.
Why are you guys
I don't
teasing me?
need- I
I
don't need
wanted to
therapy.
tease you so bad when you were
Yeah.
talking, but I didn't because I'm like, I'm being nice to Jenny.
Yeah.
But it took all strength of me not
when
to
I
tease
said what?
you. You went, I manifested this, and then you went, Yeah, God, are you saying something? Like,
Wait,
which
what?
one is it? Are you manifesting it or are you praying?
It's a bit of both.
Shut up.
Religion's
All
a
right.
spectrum, man.
It's a little bit of both. All right. I'm confused. Okay.
Yeah,
Not Dave.
I was gonna make fun of The Secret because that's where the law of attraction comes from. The book, The Secret.
The law of attraction.
Bro,
comes from
it
The
even
Secret.
comes from the Bible too. You know,
What is the
like
law
it's
of
the
attraction?
same
What
type of. If you
Yeah, it's
believe
the
in something
The
like
Secret
God,
said that.
Oh, just believe in yourself.
No,
believe in things will happen for you, and just like if you imagine it and you.
can I do Dave Chappelle's joke right now?
Go. I've seen the joke. Have you seen
You've seen
Dave Chappelle do?
Which one?
He talks about The Secret. Dude,
He goes,
give me your best Dave Chappelle impression.
"Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, no, I'm a butcher
Do
this."
it. Do
I'm
it.
Dave Chappelle. No, don't do that.
Push it. Do it.
Wu Tang. No. Damn, I'm a butcher this. He's my favorite comic too. That's why I feel like so antsy about doing it.
pressure.
But look, I'm not gonna do a Dave Chappelle impression. But
I can do that. I want-
this is his thought process. So he said, the secret of life is if you think it, it'll come to you. Right? That's the law of attraction.
Positive imagery.
Positive imagery. He said.
That's what he said.
You want to do it?
I could do it, yeah.
Go ahead, do it.
Basically, we're making fun of The Secret because Dave Chappelle made fun of The Secret, so therefore The Secret is trash. But yeah, Dave Chappelle said that he read The Secret or whatever, and then it said the secret to life was positive imagery. And he was like, "Dude, that shit in the trash. That's some bullshit." He's like, "Cause you can't just imagine good shit will happen to you."
You're Jerry Seinfelding it. All right, no.
I'm
So he
Jerry
says
Seinfeld thing to it. I gotta fucking. I'm Dave. Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
you mean? Like, I'm wrapping it up.
that's the secret of life to you, bitch. Positive imagery. If you are a starving child in Africa and you're imagining,
I was gonna get to that part, but yeah.
but you're Jerry Seinfeld.
And
and
you're imagining burnt toast. It's like,
Oh no, you're doing my joke.
I know.
Fuck. All right,
Yeah.
no, but he said
and you smell burnt toast.
you just
Like,
you just have to have positive imagery in your head. Look, just picture a bowl of rice. Stop, bitch! You make me hungry. I'm dying out here. Yeah, that's Dave Chappelle's joke.
Anyway,
He made fun of The Secret.
but yeah,
Shit.
Secret. Never read it. Never will.
I read it.
I watched the fucking series in high school by my
a
history. It's
a movie.
It's like a documentary series. I don't know what, but I had to watch it in school. My history teacher was a big like into The Secret,
The guy.
New Age. Yeah, he was really gay though. Like he wasn't gay. He was married to a woman, but he acted really gay.
Yeah.
And he had a gratitude rock in his pocket at all times.
Is there a word for that? Metrosexual?
Very metro.
Yeah, Metro. You're straight, but you kind of give.
He
up.
was.
Are you a
like,
metrosexual?
He liked it
You
in the
tell
butt.
me. I'm not. You don't. I am. You don't identify as metrosexual. It just kind of just happens to you.
No.
Why are you angry?
I'm not angry.
It does.
I'm asking, like, do I give off?
No, I'm
He
asking.
was like a Tony Hinchcliffe.
Tony Hinchcliffe's metrosexual. Yeah.
You know, he was like he acts and talks gay, but
He's
you
straight.
find out he's married and has a kid. You're like, oh.
You're
Like,
younger. You're younger, so you're influenced by different things that like I'm influenced by.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you are. I like you as I like you as a person. I think that's all that matters to me.
Thanks.
Yeah. But if you would say you're a metrosexual,
I don't know what you are.
Yeah. I don't know what you. I don't know what happened to you.
I'm a real boy.
But I just want you to know, it's okay. It's like I'm not coming out or nothing. Like you're like, I just want to know.
We
you know.
accept you for who you are.
love you,
okay?
Christian.
No, I
Like,
just
alright.
think you're a very accepting person. I just want to let you know I'm very accepting too. Even though it doesn't sound like it.
All right. It,
You-
you sound-
You're coming off really judgmental right
Really?
now. You need to
you're
take it
coming
down.
off as like I am not. Like I'm not
I-
homophobic. I'm not like.
I got gay friends.
I got gay friends. and you're
I
coming
got
off
gay friends and black friends. Huh?
like, I got gay friends,
Yeah.
man. They suck my dick.
He's the new black.
No, but no.
Anyways.
I think I come off as like very, very strong opinionated, but I'm very open minded about like everything. Just because I feel like that's the only way you can really learn
Yeah.
by being open minded.
Yeah. Just gotta be by it sometimes.
But you don't think people would identify as metrosexual? You don't be like, yeah, I'm metrosexual. I'm actually straight. But
Metrosexual is not like a sexuality though. It's not like you're bi or
It's not like an
straight.
LGBT.
Metrosexual is just like it's more of an aesthetic. Like you could say like
I'm metro.
Will Smith is metrosexual just because he like dresses a certain type of way.
Well,
or
he
whatever.
does
are you
Like-
going? You're not going for that. You're not going for metrosexual.
No,
No,
like
he's going more
no,
for like a
or
hipster.
I think I know what you're trying to say. You're like dressing like some like ASAP Rocky who'll like wear a dress or whatever the fuck.
But I feel like so she was
No.
talking about her teacher, how he was very open minded, how he had a wife, but he was very open to like crystals and rocks and
he was just
horoscopes.
very flamboyant.
Yeah, you're not very
in
flamboyant.
his demeanor. His demeanor came off very like, and he had a high pitched voice for a male, so he was very like outgoing and very like, ooh, like very spiritual.
Yeah.
And but like if you looked at him, he would wear like a button up and like slacks and like, you know, whatever, hair combed over. I think he was like obsessed with the football team, but like he still kind of came off kind of gayish.
Shit's gonna die.
How you know?
No.
Zero right now.
What, the battery?
Shit.
The battery life.
All right.
All right.
We're just gonna wrap up.
Damn.
This might be
Till next time.
it might be a scrapped episode, but we'll see. But yeah.
No, we'll just put it together.
may
I feel
or
like
may
we had
not.
some good stuff in there. If not,
All right.
Till next time.
if not, we'll try better.
We'll get a clip out of this hopefully. If not,
Yeah.
I don't really care. I mean, I care obviously.
All right.
We'll figure it
Well,
out afterwards.
we love you
Ooh.
guys.
All right.
It's not, you know, people think podcasting easy. Look at this. This is a struggle.
Look at this.
I offended
right.
I offended a Christian when I love him.
All right.
All right.
All right. Let's end this.
Sorry for the episode.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Ciao.